Hey guys, how you going? This is BillyEatWorld again, and thanks for stopping by to check out another one of my Battlefield 5 videos. Just remember though, if you do like what you see, you can help out this channel by making sure you hit subscribe, and most importantly the bell icon, and also feel free to leave a suggestion in the comments for what you want to see in the next video. Now, in today's video, we're actually going to take a look at and probably butcher the pronunciation of the Selbstlader M1916, which is the fourth SLR that you unlock for the Assault class. And I've got to say, it was really great to get back in and play with this one because it was actually my favorite gun in BF1, and I'm glad it's back in the new game. The question is, though, is it still one of my favorite guns? Because there's a lot of really good SLRs in the game at the moment, and especially the Gewehr 43, which is very, very similar. So that's what we're going to get into today, and by the end of this video, hopefully you'll understand what this gun is all about, and that maybe the answer to this question isn't quite as simple as you might think. Okay, so to kick off, if you've never played BF1 and you haven't heard of this gun, well, I'm not really surprised, because it was actually designed well before World War II in about 1915, and there was only around 1,000 actually built. And that's because in real life, they just weren't that good, because even though they had a fast rate of fire for the time, they were expensive and pretty unreliable. What that means is that they were probably never even used in World War II, and even in World War I, the only service they saw was with air crews before machine guns were commonplace in aircraft. But as you know, this isn't the first time Battlefield has introduced experimental weapons, and even if it isn't really historically accurate, well, at least it looks like it is on the surface. Now, obviously in-game, we don't have to worry about things like weapon reliability, but one thing I should mention is that even though I said that it had a reasonably fast rate of fire for the First World War, by the Second World War, well, it was definitely outclassed. And in-game, it's got the same issue, because compared to the G43, which fires at 300 RPM, the M1916 fires pretty slowly at only 224 RPM, which can be improved to 257 through specializations. It's also got the same damage model as the G43, which is 45 max, dropping off to 34 at around 60 meters, which translates to a 3-shot kill at any range, or a 2-shot kill at close range with a headshot. And really the only thing the M1916 does better is that it's got a 26-round detachable magazine standard, whereas the G43 loads from stripper clips and only has 10 rounds in the mag. Now, bearing all of that in mind, well, if the G43 isn't a gun that you want to use in CQB, then you definitely don't want to use this one in close quarters either. So basically, like I said in the last review, well, you'll want to try and run this one with the 3x scope and go for those longer range kills, because if you're not doing that, then why are you bothering to use this gun at all? Also, we'll take a look at specializations in a bit more detail in just a bit, but one of the things that supports this kind of playstyle is the fact that unlike the G43, the M1916 can actually use a bipod, which admittedly helps you stretch out even further, which I guess can be a good thing if for some reason you want to try and play the Assault class like you're a recon. Speaking of the Recon class, well, as you know, the Recon SLRs are all pretty much geared to a long-range playstyle, and that's probably one of the biggest issues with this particular gun. Because, I mean, sure, it's on the Assault kit and it's not a Recon SLR, but the fact is, if you look at all the SLRs as a whole, well, this one is trying to compete with, realistically, guns like the ZH-29. And considering that gun is a 2-shot kill, well, I mean, the M1916 just doesn't really stand a chance, apart from, once again, that massive mag size. So in a nutshell, I mean, in my opinion, probably the only reason I'd want to pick this gun is if you've got your heart set on using an SLR with a bipod, or if your accuracy isn't that great to begin with and you need all those extra rounds. Now, as for specializations, well, I think the most important thing to hit here is trigger job, which will increase your rate of fire, not by a lot, but by enough to make a difference. And if you are going to try and go for extra RPM, then you're going to miss a lot of the long-range options on the other side, so you'll probably want to pick quick aim at the top and avoid the bipod at the bottom, because probably that's going to be the best mid-range setup for this gun. On the other hand, though, if you fully want to set this gun up to annoy the hell out of snipers or bipoded machine gunners, well, on screen now you can see probably the best long-range loadout. And like I said, well, this is one of the only Assault SLRs to be able to equip a bipod. So if you are going to commit to long range with this gun, well, you might as well pick that as well. But anyway, to finish up, as for my top tips for this gun, well, like I said in a lot of the other SLR reviews, you really need to stay out of CQB with them to be effective. But with this gun, I think you need to magnify that to the extreme, and I actually found that I was most effective with it when I set up and waited for the enemy, like I would if I was using, say, a bolt action. And also, I should mention that you want to make sure you use that big mag, which a lot of the time you'll see I'm not doing in this video because, as usual, I'm reloading way too often. But what I did find is that you can easily get 2 or 3 kills out of each mag, and maybe even more. So basically, don't feel like you need to reload unless you absolutely know you're in cover and you're not going to get killed. But anyway, guys, I guess that just about wraps up this video. So as always, make sure you let me know what you think of this gun and of my pronunciation of Selbstlader M1916 in the comment section below. And also, if you've got a particular weapon you'd like to see in the next episode in this series, then make sure you leave that down there as well, and I'll see what I can do. As always, though, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and please feel free to check out the links in the description if you want to see any more of these videos. And also, don't forget, you can find my Twitter and Discord links down there as well if you want to keep in touch. And as always, until next time, see you later, and have a good one.